Thank you very much, Zeta! Guys, gals, and non-binary pals, welcome to the Graveyard Shift. My name is Cass, and it is an honor to be back at ESA to run Control, any percent, inbounds, current patch, no shield glitch, one of the longest category names in existence, and I'm joined by the one and the only Nico with a C. We're going to have a whole bunch of time to talk, so we're just going to get straight into it. We do have an incentive that is still open and will be open up until about an hour into the run. So if you want to see the best cutscene in probably gaming history, make sure you get your donations in for that. You've got about an hour. So we're going to hit control here. Normally, we continue. We're going to hit continue here. It's 2 a.m. You guys are going to have to bear with me, I promise. Normally, we'd hit new game, but for the purposes of changing Jesse's outfit throughout the run, we're going to hit continue instead. So, warning. This is going to be weirder than usual. So we're going to start off here straight away with one skip called Water Cooler Skip that I'm going to get on the first try, just like that. It's just a bugged mantle that by spamming space and mouse wheel, which we have jump bound to, we can mantle off the top of the water cooler and actually get a bit of air to skip running up a few stairs. Here we're going to try and interact with this elevator from... we went inside it a little bit, but that's okay.
It's still fine.
It's still fine. This game, the interactions are tied to the camera location. So if you are looking at the interaction or the interactable with the camera, then you are going to be able to interact with it most of the time. So here we have... we've arrived for a job interview as a janitor's assistant. For some reason, the director is the one interviewing for the janitor's assistant. The game starts with a bang.
Oh, that was good.
Good timing, wasn't that?
That was actually so clean.
Yeah. And the current director of the Federal Bureau of Control, which is the place that we are in, has met a somewhat unfortunate end. So we do what any of us would do, we pick up the murder weapon.
Of course.
And just like in real life, when you touch the murder weapon of someone who's died, you get their job. We get teleported to the astral plane, which is a cognitive realm that acts as sort of a trial for Jessie. Jessie is our main character. She has infiltrated the Federal Bureau of Control, which is a government organization set on securing, containing, and protecting objects of power, which are magically altered items that have a whole bunch of... that have a whole bunch of weird magical effects tied to them. We're not going to go too much into the story, as it is a phenomenal game to play casually, and we really don't want to spoil it. We do have, which you may have already seen at the very start, we do have a macro that we use to skip cutscenes super quickly, so you're not going to have any of the story spoiled, just maybe some of the areas. But if I do my job properly, we're going to go through them so quickly, you're not even going to be able to tell what is going on. I've just crouched there for some reason. So we are now the Federal Bureau. We have passed the test, and now we meet the Hiss. The Hiss are the primary enemy of the game. They are an auditory energy, if you will, that are early energy boost.
Nice.
That are looking to basically overtake the people of the Federal Bureau of Control. For whatever reason, we are not affected like the rest of the Federal Bureau are.
Nice.
There is a reason, but we're not going to tell you it because it spoils it. We're just going to take out these guys here. And so what you're seeing me do is a bit of camera manipulation. So similar to the way interactions work, you can also manipulate the way the enemies spawn. By looking in a particular direction at a particular time, you're going to be able to stop or decide where enemies spawn if you do it correctly. Oh goodness, where's that last guy gone? There you are. Thank you. Oh, where?
Oh,
there he is. All right, this is the first sort of mini-boss of the run, and he's a real pain, but he didn't give us too much.
That was really good.
ammo
Oh,
refund
energy
and recovery.
Okay.
So, we're getting excited here because, smiley face, the drops in this game are fully random. So we do not know what drops we're going to get unless we equip outfits. Outfits have a weird way of changing the RNG, so we can guarantee particular drops that we get. So there's two types of drops, a weapon modification and a personal modification. If you watched the Thumper run earlier, we also have an inverted pyramid in our run. And straight off the bat, what's your favorite outfit, Nico?
Oh, my favorite outfit is definitely the one that SH has.
That's async. isn't it?
async, yeah.
Cool.
Async just looks something out of Star Wars, and I love it.
Cool. We're going to run with the async. Where's the door? There. I just got really lost from the having to equip the new outfit. And if you would like to change the outfit, get a donation in. Give me let's say a $20 donation. You can pick which outfit we put on. We'll just update it as we go throughout the run. So here we see that we're trying to cleanse the hiss from infected agents. We did not do it successfully. And now we are meeting Pope, who is the second best NPC of the entire run.
Yeah, we already met the best one.
Yeah, we sped through him pretty quickly, though.
It's okay, we'll see him soon.
We will. And now we, normally we would do a quit out there in a normal run, but it is slower for marathons, so we just run through the game as we would normally. You will see a couple of quit outs later, though, that do actually save time in both an RTA and an in-game time. We're just waiting for these guys to come out.
Yes, like Cass said, a lot of camera manipulation goes on to these mob fights where you don't want them to spawn behind you, so you're kind of like looking certain places to make sure that they spawn in front of you or like to the side of you and clears out rooms insanely fast. This guy, he really wants that here before he has to climb up here, and he does get him.
Nice.
Beautifully done. And now we're going to meet these shielded guys here, which require you to actually do a melee attack or do a push-pull attack that we will touch on later on, that we will get pretty soon. But as of right now, Cass is actually doing an insanely good job, and with the energy recovery that he has as well, it's going to be a cruising start here.
It's going to be very, very good. So we've gotten quite lucky with our drops so far. We do have 2 resource pools. One is our weapon, which you may have already seen does not have ammunition. It has more of an overheat mechanic. That once we fire a bunch of bullets. Oh, hang on, I'm going to stop talking so you can hear the best sound. Thunk. It has a bit of an overheat mechanic that after maybe 10 to 15 shots, we will not be able to shoot anymore for a little while. But we also have an energy pool. And here's one of the hardest skips in the game. Ah, it's okay.
It's okay. Second try.
I'm going to give it a couple of shots before I do the walk of shame. Oh, that should have worked.
One more. You got this.
Oh,
this is deceivingly hard. What he's trying to do is get like the perfect angle from jumping off of the ladder to kind of get a mantle.
Oh, that
almost
was
just like that. That was so close, so close. But he has to swap the camera to the left side really quickly. Just like
there
that.
it
Beautiful.
is. There it is. Yeah, clap for that.
And you might think that actually lost time. That actually still saved time.
Still saves time, yes.
And now we're a Jedi.
Now we're a Jedi. We touched a floppy disk, and now we can throw objects with our mind, because Remedy. So here, we're back on the astral plane. We've got another little trial. Basically, the gameplay loop is going to be touch an object of power, gain a new ability, face a trial in the astral plane where we have to use that ability, kind of like a tutorial, as the objects of power bind to the user. I just did that wrong, but that's okay. They bind to the user, so you almost have to like earn their respect before you can use the ability. Same with the gun. The gun was the first object of power that we picked up, called the service weapon.
Flashbang. Beautiful.
Nice. Oh, they're kind of grouped up a little bit. Oh, I took a little damage there, but that's okay. Gotta make sure we don't get hit by a rocket here, and we're good.
Are you gonna take the control point?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
So, okay, coming up is the first boss fight, the real boss fight, which is Tomasi, and he is notorious for being kind of a meme. He can do some crazy stuff sometimes, which just kills you instantly. But the gameplay loop here is going to be try to shoot at him until he dodges, and then we want to throw stuff at him. Just like this. Fortunately, the first one I think missed, and now Tomasi is going to throw stuff at us, so we want to go into hiding so we don't get hit by that because that does a lot of damage. So once again, same gameplay loop. Shoot at him, throw. He's going to throw stuff. We're going to take this time to shoot at him, and this is really, really good actually. He did dodge there, so I think we're fine. Beautiful.
Okay, that wasn't too bad.
That was about as good as you can get, dude.
In any percent or the out of bounds category where out of bounds is allowed, you would actually skip him. It's called No Marcy.
Yep.
But we do have to fight him in the inbounds category. There, Jesse says, I have a feeling that he'll be back. Because this is any percent, she's wrong. He will not be back. But in all bosses, you would fight him again, and he's way harder on the second try. Here we're going to pull a light switch 3 times and be teleported to the Ocean View Motel and Casino.
As you would.
Which is an out-of-world sort of area, and like any good hotel or casino, it is filled with puzzles. So we're going to be back here multiple times, and each time the puzzle is going to be slightly different. This one is nice and simple. We hit the bell 3 times, we go to the 3rd room, we get a set of keys, and we can make our way back into the oldest house. So the oldest house is sort of the name of the building that we were in. It itself is what's called a place of power, where the rooms shift around, toilets disappear. It's just a magical place where random things happen. And here we've got one more Astral Planes challenge with another object of power that is called the Hotline. The Hotline is a magical telephone that links us to the board. The board are
Board of Directors.
the real ones who actually control everything. That's the name of the game.
Okay.
Please don't let me take my hand off the mouse again. I really need to keep that on. They're the real ones who control everything, and we're still not really sure if they're good guys or bad guys. We're hoping that the sequel will reveal a bit of that. And here you're going to see an actual quit out where we go back to the main menu. You've seen us activate a couple of control points so far. If you're familiar with the Souls games, they're our bonfires or our lanterns or our shrines. What are they called in Elden Ring?
Graces.
Graces. So we can teleport between them. And when we quit out, it teleports us back to the most recent one. So we save a whole bunch of time there by transferring back to a different point. And I do see that we have a donation, which I would love you to read for us, Theta.
Absolutely. So we do have a donation from ollie.jpg donating $20 with a message. So we are in control of the outfits. Pick your favorite, Cass.
My favorite.
That one also goes to the crazy Dr. Darling incentive. So yeah, keep them coming for that one.
Thank you, Ollie. That wasn't anywhere near as bad as I was expecting it to be. So
That's a pretty good favorite to have.
it is.
Yeah.
I like that. If you look very closely.
Are you doing it? Are you doing it?
I'm gonna try.
Like this.
No. There's like a skip there that you can get. It's weirdly difficult, and it only saves about 2 seconds.
Yeah.
But basically, if you activate that elevator twice, it skips the next cutscene for you automatically and skips like a slow fade out. It's not the end of the world if you.
It's like a 3-second time save. You just basically don't hear Jesse do the last lines, and that's it.
And here, if you push up against these pipes, you get a mad speed boost. Like
get
this.
naughty here.
Yeah, love that. And here we're going to do something that looks a little different. In this room beside us here, we've got some suspended enemies. If we stand in a very specific spot, change the camera to over our left shoulder, aim at the window and shoot that guy, they're all going to fall down. Remember that in about 6 minutes.
We'll try to remember.
And now we're going to stand back here. You're probably thinking, why is he standing all the way back to shoot these enemies? Wouldn't it be easier to get closer? If we kill them before crossing a certain threshold or a certain trigger point, the second wave of enemies just never spawns, and we save about 30 seconds by doing that. So it's a weird time save that I still don't think we really know why it happens.
No, we don't.
But if you kill the first wave without stepping over a particular point, then yeah, you just never have to fight the second wave.
Yeah, and the second wave spawns in way later. If you actually do cross that threshold, it's like 30 seconds after. This room here is one of my favorites to do, just because it's so precise with the enemy and where they spawn and stuff like that. So you can really practice a lot in this room to try to, yeah, just get the room done as fast as possible. And Cass is making quick work out of all these mobs, and that should be the last of them.
Should be, yes.
And now we're actually going to go and do a side mission.
So, fun fact about this, you may not think this is a side mission because Jesse says, what's down that way? And there's a giant red flashing light. They may as well have neon signs that say, hey, go this way. I actually beat this game casually without picking up this ability. And when you see it, you will realize that why I had such a hard time beating this game casually for the very first time. But it's a very important ability that we're going to get after picking up after touching a carousel horse. We're going to give it a little pet. There was no incentive for this because I literally have to pet the horse. But we're going to get a dash ability. And dash is going to be our primary movement throughout most of the run.
Yeah, and we're straight away going to go into a skip here. What Kaz is going to try to do is get a couple dashes and then try to line himself on the left side of these pillars that are moving in and out. And if he does this perfectly, he should be able... Yes, first try. Give him a clap for that one. That is beautiful. That is so precise and so difficult to do. And this man just got it first try. That is beautiful. So what is happening, basically, is these pillars are moving in sync, going out and in again. And if he gets on the left side correctly, not too close, not too far away, he can get pushed up again for whatever reason. We have no idea why that works. But you get pushed up, and then you can keep holding your momentum forward. And the very most important part is you can't go in the middle of the last pillar, because if you do that, there's a death plane the first time you do it. But this man just made it look so simple.
It never usually looks that easy.
That was
I'm
beautiful.
really bad at that normally, so... But now we've got the ability to dash. The only downside of dash is that it shares a mana pool. It's called energy in the game, but it shares a mana pool with our launch ability. So basically, I have to try and decide when I want to dash and when I want to launch. So we're going to try and do another little skip here.
Ooh, close.
Ah, damn. There's a tiny gap that you can fit through there that skips this elevator ride. We do have a backup, but the important thing is that you cannot jump while you are on an elevator. And remember that for later as well, because that is going to become relevant. But here, luckily, there are no enemies, so I can just use up all my dashes.
And
Here's Arish.
yeah, the most unmemorable
The
NPC.
generic chiseled jaw white man
Yep.
NPC that just happens to work in security.
Of course.
We're going to unlock this control point, and while I'm here, for a bit of safety, I'm just going to level up one more ability as well. We're going to go to launch 3, and you will see that launch does become our primary damage dealing because it's just so insanely overpowered. There are certain enemies that we have to launch because they are not immune to our bullets, but if they have a shield or if they have an energy shield, they are very much resistant to our bullets. And we're also introduced to, I can't remember what they're actually called. I just call them the boomers because they get really close to you and they go boom. And they're as annoying as a real boomer is. So we're just going to try and dispose of them without them getting close, which we did. Fantastic. And then this battery is going to fall. We're gonna, oh, that's the wrong item. There we go, there we go. Now I'm gonna try and not die here, because the last time this category was ran at this event, that was the first death.
Yeah,
But
that
looks
guy
like
was
we
really
did
bad.
okay. Yeah, who was that ran that last time?
I don't know.
Died there?
No idea.
No, I'm not sure either,
No
actually.
clue. Definitely wasn't me.
Probably someone who's not sitting here doing commentary, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, as I say, every time we cleanse a control point, the oldest house gets a little bit safer. It sort of rearranges itself back to the way it's supposed to be. So these are the ones that we are supposed to be cleansing, the ones where the rooms are a little bit messed up. There are other ones as well, like right before Tomasi, that are offered purely as safety, but we probably won't take many of those because they're slow, and I have a level of hubris that I should not have. Here, we've got a bit of a battery puzzle. I'm going to pick this up here, and I'm going to Keegan Murray it across the... There we go. And fit that one in.
Very nice. And here Cass is just trying to not get hit by anything because there are a lot of enemies spawning in. I'm going to do the last battery over here before he goes and takes care of what is blocking the pipe, Cass.
It is a clog with many, many nipples, and we're going to shoot them all. My community like to call this nipple aim labs because we have to shoot this clog's... I actually think they're eyes. But
I'm not sure if they're nodes or
I don't,
what they
I don't
are.
know what they are. But Artie, who's the janitor who we met, who is a wonderful Finnish man, is just sitting in the background talking about bear traps and fishes and things, and just saying a lot of weird Finnish or traditional Finnish sayings, apparently.
Yeah.
That just make no sense to me whatsoever. So we just shoot this clog, we clear it out so that we can then unclog the...
Nice.
Got it. So we can unclog the drain and stop the power plant from blowing up, or at least part of it. We've got another quid out there, which is going to teleport us back to the last control point. We're going to go back to the power plant and then go do the second branching path. This is actually going to be another great time for another donation, Zeta, if you will, please.
Fantastic. So we have a donation from Ela with the amount of $10 saying, and I'm really sorry for this, cheese. Am I doing this his audition right?
Sure.
Yes, well done, well done. Thank you for that, thank you for that. All right, so what we're going to hopefully see here is the room shake right now. Nice. So what that's going to do, if I trigger that shake early, this battery isn't going to fall out, which allows me to just run through these doors without having to do anything. And we can just dash all the way along here. Dashing upstairs is really, really finicky. They often, you hit it as like it's a wall, like you dash into the ledge of the step, and then it just stops you from being able to go any further. Well, that was unfortunate.
That guy really just wanted to be in the way.
Hello, game. There we go. All right, awesome. So when you pick up an object, sometimes it will snap to an enemy as opposed to where you actually want it to snap to. Here's a very important elevator that we're going to call and then run away from. And remember when I said 6 minutes ago to remember that thing? If we hadn't shot those enemies, this room would be filled with them. There's about 6 of them. But because we shot them and then just went off and did other things, the enemies have actually despawned. So now we do not have to fight them, which saves us a good solid maybe 30 seconds.
Yeah. Now, what can happen?
What can happen is one of the enemies from the previous room can actually follow you into this room and shoot you and kill you while the cutscene is playing out.
Yep. And you will take damage.
You will take damage during cutscenes. Yes, there's 2 areas that happens most commonly. One is there, one is in a little while, in my least favorite part of the game. So we're going to hope that it doesn't happen.
That'll be fine.
We got through the first part, so hopefully we'll get through the second part.
You're doing great, dude.
Thanks, man. Thanks. And now we're back to see Emily again. Emily, who is our... well, she was the head assistant of research. Now we think she's possibly been made the head of research after a certain doctor went missing. Dr. Casper Darling, who you learn a fair bit about throughout the course of the run.
AKA nothing.
Very, very little. Yeah, this is the only game that you can finish and still be like,
what happened?
what just happened? So here we're going to go to research. We're going to go off and meet Marshall, who's another NPC. All the NPCs in this game actually have really, really awesome personalities, and they've all got their own quirks and stuff like that. And again, this is something we will harp on throughout the entirety of the run. Play this game casually. It goes on sale for PC like at least 4 to 5 times a year, and sometimes it's just free on Epic Game Store. Get it, play it, thank me later. So here we've got a couple of enemies. They are sniper enemies, and I mean this game can have snipers at the absolute best of time, but when they've actually got sniper rifles, it can be even more problematic. I didn't mean to kill him, but that's going to make things a little bit easier for me actually, so, you know, happy accident. Cool, we got through without taking damage. Because this next room, if I enter this next room having taken damage, it can become a hell of a lot harder. One thing you will note is that we very, very quickly get out-leveled by the enemies, just because we don't explore any of the secondary areas. We are going to end up at like level 7 when the enemies are, you know, have the ability to one-shot us. And we do have one-shot protection. The game will put us on 1 health instead of killing us. But there are just so many enemies in the game at any one point that it's very, very easy to die. And we do have a photosensitivity warning. I will give my best audio description of what is happening, but if you are sensitive to flashing lights, please look away for the next 30 seconds. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to enter a room that has 2 batteries and 2 battery sockets. Inside that room is also a giant black ball of debris that is going to hiss and flash lights at us. It's really quite unenjoyable. But we do also have a soundproofed room. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand in that soundproof room after putting the 2 batteries into the 2 sockets. We're going to try and bait the giant black ball of hissing debris into the soundproofed room and then dash out past it. Because we have powered the door with the 2 batteries, we can actually lock the enemy inside the room. It's now safe to look back, and once it's contained, we can escape again. Right before we left for this area, I leveled up to 5 launch. This enemy here is the main reason I did that, because it dies in 2 launches, provided I have enough points in launch. And it is, without a doubt, the scariest enemy in the game, because it heals everything. What were you calling it in practice? The shaman?
Yeah, a shaman.
Yeah, the shaman. If you're familiar with, if you've been playing Diablo 4 lately,
a little bit, maybe.
It is... Where's my thing? Oh, I'm just going to grab this one instead. And now we go bowling.
Strike. Oh.
So you'll see sort of in combat especially, it's sort of a resource management game of trying to shoot where possible and then use my energy where possible, but I don't actually want to run out of either. because when you run out, it takes a little bit longer to recharge. So if you keep if you keep one shot in the chamber, or one slither of energy. Oh goodness me.
Unlucky.
If you keep one shot in the chamber or one slither of energy, your resource will actually refill just the slightest bit faster, which allows you to do damage much easier.
Nice.
Do you want to explain the pull-through now?
Yeah, I was going to say, one thing you're going to notice a lot is, if possible, Cass is going to try to pull something through the enemy that he wants to push something through as well afterwards, or throw it at him. And it actually does damage both ways. So it does the same amount of damage when you're pulling it through them and when you're throwing it at them. This right here is kind of scary, but can be pretty easy as well if done properly. Basically, a lot of these boomers are going to spawn up here. They're going to explode all over the place. And these guys are also going to shoot at us from behind. But Cass is just taking them out very, very nicely. And the elevator, the elevator is going to spawn here. And this elevator is special.
It goes sideways. Eat your heart out, Willy Wonka. So I reckon it's about time for another. Oh, look, I see actually we've got a donation.
Yeah.
Let's go for it, Zeta.
We do. So a donation from Ela of $20 with a little bit of a review. Room was quite spacious, bit of an outdated furnishing, but okay. Got lost a few times in the confusing hallways. Reception wasn't open 24/7 as advertised on the website. Breakfast okay. My yogurt disappeared halfway through my meal, which was a bit odd. Got a bit distracted by all the hissing in the room next to me, so isolation could be a bit better. Nice view across the astral plane. Ordered room service that never arrived. Overall, I think the Ocean View Motel wasn't the worst experience, but some things to improve could be entirely in their control. 3 out of 5 stars.
3 out of 5.
And that one, as well as the previous donations, went to the Crazy Dr. Darling incentive as well.
Actually, we got to talk about that while I'm doing this. Fight scene. I resent whoever called him Crazy Dr. Darling in the incentive. So fundraising, if you're watching this, well, I feel like at that point in the game, he is the most clear-headed he has ever been. You know, he's kind of elevated beyond the plane of existence that we all live on.
That's called crazy.
Okay, I guess that's fine, yeah. Crazy by normal society standards, but...
Yeah.
Alright, so here I kind of messed up a manip, unfortunately, and it's not one I have a great deal of control over, but if I keep staring at the behind me, these things would all spawn in front of me, which would save me just a hell of a lot of time in trying to navigate around these pillars in the middle of the room. But
Well, fine.
them spawning behind does have the added benefit that these, what do you call them? Guys with guns. They do live, and they actually can be a little bit helpful. You're going to see me try to do the pull through here where possible. We're going to wait for his shield to start regenning. Nah, missed it.
That one hit. So you can see he actually needs to hit him twice with the push-pull before he actually takes the entire shield bar up. That's why it's super important to try to get the pull-push every time. And there we go. He's dead. That's actually a new type of enemy.
Oh, hello.
Oh, did you just get what I think you got?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, wow.
My personal favorite mod for the run is the headshot energy renewal. So now every time I get a headshot, my energy will be recharged a little bit. So yeah, sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're good, you're good. But yeah, that was like a new type of enemy, which is like a shielding enemy. Basically brings up a shield and then throws it at you right after, which is actually something you can also get if you do like a side mission in the game. Not big spoiler, but it's a pretty cool ability. If you're doing any percent, you will see that a lot more in the out of bounds category.
Correct. And you will see that this is specifically called the no shield glitch, which is why we don't do it. Yeah. And I see someone in chat asking if there is an incentive to watch the dance sequence. There is, in fact. So if you want to get some donations in and donate towards... What just happened? There we go. Oh, I've done something wrong.
Oh, no.
That one. There we go.
He actually had to do the puzzle.
Oh, I've had to actually do that puzzle in a very long time. So there's a couple of those puzzles. They just involve pressing left, up, right, or down in a certain sequence.
Which for some reason isn't your WASD.
Yeah, is actually just the arrow keys.
Which is so annoying.
And that puzzle leads to a different puzzle, which, fun fact, in my casual playthrough, this puzzle took me longer than it now takes me to beat the entire game. It is just not a very fun puzzle.
Nope.
A lot of people give up the game at this point because you see these whiteboards here they have hints on them as to which punch card goes in which terminal. It's not easy to understand. It's
He says it's hints. It's not.
it's not.
It's like throwing you off so much. Like it's not helping at all.
But thankfully, we do have it routed in a way where we can pretty much just hit the enter button and then escape, and it pretty much all just works for us.
That's so nice.
Whoever routed it that
Ashley.
way, Ashley, of course it was. Ashley also created the cutscene skipper that you're seeing here, where normally we would just be able to hit spacebar over and over again to skip each piece of dialogue. Instead, what we've done is we've bound space to mouse wheel and then mouse wheel to a different button, in this case Z. And just by holding the Z key, we will skip through the dialogue very, very quickly, which is awesome and very, very good for hand health, because there's a cutscene later on that's like 2.5 minutes, and it's a lot of lines of dialogue, so it is just, it's not great for your wrist to have to spam through that. So thankfully, we got that approved. So my goodness, I can see that we have quite a number of donations coming through. So Zeta, I'm going to pass it across to you. Give me 2 donations.
We do, in fact, have a bunch of them. First, I want to read you this $10 donation from Ila. So, what does an Australian say before engaging in an explosive fight with a hiss in the wild? Die, nah, mate.
Nah, mate.
And
No.
ready for this? We have a $300 donation
my
from
goodness.
Skenme.
Skin me!
Yeah, saying all the love from Stream 2. We're done for the night. Let's hit that incentive.
Let's go.
Yeah, so that one, as well as the previous donation, what did in fact go to the Crazy Dr. Darling incentive, which is still open for like another half an hour.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah, so
roughly.
make sure to get those donation ins for that one, because this you really want to see this one.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no!
Problems.
Oh no! That's right. Look, I just wanted to grab this.
Yeah.
Look, I just wanted to give more time for donations.
There's a mod down here. It's really good. Usually, dodge you can see.
It's actually not terrible.
That's not bad.
It's actually not terrible. Yeah, but also hello Stream 2. It is wonderful to have you. I hope. I
have a
think it
battery
was
up there now?
Dragon Age that was on to earlier. Can I?
No, I think you need to actually just walk with it. Oh no.
Not with that attitude. God damn it.
No, but that attitude.
All right, I'm gonna have to do this puzzle somewhat intended.
We're casual gamers. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
We can
fine,
probably do
it's
one more
fine.
donation.
Absolutely. Pollister donates $12 with a message. Once again, if I had $1 for every time you've gone down to 1 health, I'd have $2, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. Also
you,
going
Paulie.
to the Dr. Darling incentive.
Thank you all, I appreciate it. And here we see we're back in the Ocean View Motel and Casino. This time we're just going to hit the bell twice. It's kind of a spot the difference puzzle. We've got to interact with the radio, the painting, and this vase here. When they all match what's in room 1, it opens up room 3, and on we go. So we can go back to our little room here. Fun fact, for those of you who have played other Remedy games, this door here leads to the Alan Wake universe.
Yep.
We can also assume that one of them leads to the Quantum Break universe, as there are references to it as well as the Max Payne universe. So I will point out. No, I won't be able to point out the Max Payne one because that's way too out of the way, but I will be able to point out the Quantum Break one when we get to it. So this is my favorite part of movement in the run. This is actually both Nico and I's favorite parts, but for 2 very different reasons.
Yeah.
So this just has really nice movement that I really, really adore, and then a fight that's kind of fun. And then Nico's going to have his moment come up in just a little while. Why is that guy standing there?
Bounced off of him.
Wow.
Oh, this guy's also just chilling. So yeah, like Cass said earlier, every time you see the white bar on top of him, that means they have a shield. This guy's, because he is a shield enemy, he is going to regen his shield. But the other guys, he either wants to melee or he wants to throw something at him. So right now he's doing really, really well. The guys are behaving pretty nicely, not getting hit by any rockets. Really good movement as well. But this room can be absolutely terrifying sometimes. You will get hit by 1 rocket going down to 1 HP and you just get meleeed once or headshotted and you're just dead.
Oh, they're dead. Wow, okay, that was fast.
Nice.
I kind of wish I had have been timing this run. This is actually really good so far.
It's really, really good so far. I told you, man.
All right, now we're going to go see Arish again. We're
Yay.
just gonna, stairs are for normies, so we're just going to climb up the railing. There we go. And now we're going to meet a new type of enemy called a Hiss Distorted, or as I like to call it, the evil version of the emoji dancing girl.
It's a stingray.
It's a stingray. It's a stingray wearing high heels.
But yeah, this pull push that I was talking about earlier is really going to come into fruition here. He's going to pick up this metal pipe over here, whatever you want to call it, metal bar, and he's going to pull and push 2 times, and that is just going to insta-kill that enemy.
And they are so dangerous because they can drop me to 1 health at literally any point, and then do another attack that will eventually kill me. And they can also go invisible, so they are very problematic. Thankfully, we only see 2 more of them throughout the whole run, provided I don't die. Intended to only see 2 more of them for the entire run, and at one point I'm very, very overpowered. So now we're going to fast travel to...
Power plant, I think?
Control room.
Control room.
Remember that elevator that I called earlier? It's now going to come into play. So what we did is when we called that elevator, it obviously brought it up to the room that we were on. That's how elevators works. And because we could just bugger off to go do some other things, now we can actually just enter the elevator because it's already still waiting for us. The elevators persist through quit out, through pretty much everything. We're going to practice our circle pitting here because Jessie actually has tickets to Gojira after this. So she's going to go see Flying Whales get performed live, and you always have to circle pit when you see Flying Whales. We're going to skip another safety save here because I'm feeling confident. We're going to jump up here. We're going to do some little dashes across this pit here. And this is where the dashing isn't... You can't really spam the dash. The dash has a little mini cooldown that's going to stop you from being able to cast it again too quickly.
Nice.
So by rhythmically hitting it over and over again, you can clear quite a few larger gaps than you should be able to otherwise. That's going to come into effect a little bit later as well.
Oh, you're terrifying me.
I actually died doing that free fall during practice earlier because I dashed too late, so...
Yeah, fall damage is definitely a thing in this game.
Oh,
and you
yes.
take a lot of it. That fall right there, it just insta-kills you if you don't dash at the correct time.
Yep, so luckily the dash does reset the fall damage, and we do take advantage of that a number of times. That's actually the intended way to go down that section as well.
Yep.
And here we have my favorite voice line in the entirety of the game. If you couldn't tell, this place is called Blackrock Quarry. Blackrock Quarry. I mean, I feel like we all know what a quarry is. And, you know, Blackrock Quarry would indicate that it is a quarry filled with black rocks. That would be normal to all of us, except Jessie. Jessie, on the other hand,
What I expected.
it was not what she expected. So I don't know what she did expect, but when I hear the name Blackrock Quarry, I have a pretty good idea of what I'm running into. Although it does have the most beautiful skybox, I think, of any area of the game. I mean, it's the only area of the game that really has a skybox.
We'll be here later again. Nice.
Nice, okay.
So that last one is actually, it doesn't give you any indication of where you're actually aiming, so you kind of just have to wing it with your crosshair and just hope that it goes the correct way and it doesn't lock onto an enemy or anything. We didn't even touch on why we're actually here. We're here to pick up a prism because one of these prisms actually exploded earlier. Oh my lord, run. There we go. That was terrifying.
Yeah, so you can't quit out straight away there. You have to wait for Jessie to say a voice line, and 2 of the 3 dudes that we leave alive have rocket launchers. So if they're a little bit antsy,
They were.
Yeah, they were. You can die from that as well. So we're now going to fast travel back to Central Executive to go see
Marshall.
Marshall. Thank you. And I didn't start running straight away there. That was good. I can see in chat that yes, this is Warcraft 3. We are Leroy Jenkins.
Oh,
That raid was called Blackrock, right? Blackrock?
I don't know, but that wasn't even Warcrafty. That was World of Warcraft.
Black Fathom Depths, maybe? I actually can't remember.
Jokes.
Thank you. All right, so we could level up here for safety, but like I said earlier, I have a hubris that is unmatched by mere mortals. So we're going to go straight to containment sector.
We're gonna present her.
There we go.
There you go.
And we're going to level up a little bit later instead. In my stream, this is where I would normally sing the level up song to remind me to level up after I claim the control points. Unfortunately, I'm not going to do that here because Nico's going to remind me to level up so that I don't have to sing the level up song. We're going to dash through all these guys here. And the only difference between leveling up earlier and leveling up now is that these guys would die to 1 launch. But instead, they die to 1 launch and a shot. So it really doesn't save a whole bunch of time. and makes me just run a little bit out of the way from where I normally would have to. So we're just going to dispose of these guys as quickly as we can. The control point's going to open up. I'm going to cleanse it. I almost said save it.
Yeah.
And then...
And yeah, the main reason that he doesn't want to level up earlier is because he has to pick up this control point anyway and cleanse it, so he's already standing at a better position where he can just level up instead of doing like a little 2-second time loss and then doing this.
Sing the level up song incentive when after we've met the dynamite incentive maybe.
True.
All right, cool. So now we're going to. Now we're on the way to the Panopticon.
Yep.
So the Panopticon is a really, really cool area that's kind of like it's almost like a prison, if you will, but for objects.
Objects and someone else.
And some people, yes. And we are going to be introduced to a new enemy type here.
I have no idea what these guys are called, but they're moldy and white. That's all I know. Hopefully one of them is going to help us, though.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Good.
So if you play this casually, there is a whole side quest that involves the mold, which makes those guys make a little bit more sense, but it is way too out of the way, so we just don't do it. We are going to hit a button here, though, that's going to open up these gates. That's going to be a shortcut for us to use a little bit later. And the reason I took a little bit of damage there from the moldy guys, jump scare, is hopefully I will enter the hotel in combat. If by entering the hotel in combat, I can retain my dash. Which saves, and dash straight into a door frame there, which saves about 15 seconds across the course of that hallway there, which is really, really nice. But basically, this room was upside down. We went to the third door. We flipped the painting right way up, which flips the room right way up, and then we're able to get the keys and exit. We've got some more donations, so now is actually a great time. Go for it, Zeta.
Absolutely. $5 from Ela with the message, how do you call a hiss from the north?
Oh, no.
A Polaris. We also have $10 from Ollie.jpg. Love the view, got eaten by a fridge, 5 out of 5.
Honestly, could be true.
Oh, goodness me. Here we've got another unintended way to travel around the Panopticon. This is a multi-level outer rim environment, but that's slow, so we just dash across the exit. And here we're going to see one of our favorite NPCs. So what we're going to do is, there's so many people in here for 3 o'clock in the morning.
True, you guys are troopers.
So give us like 10 seconds, y'all. Then we're all going to get in for a selfie because we're about to see another character that's very, very popular. This is Bob, the elevator operator.
And I want to see the chat.
Yeah, I want to see chat. Everyone, give us a hi, Bob, in the chat, please. So 1, 2, 3. There he is. All right, everyone say hi, Bob, and everyone behind me, come get in for a selfie. We're going to take the photo. Oh, y'all are so beautiful. Ellen DeGeneres, eat your heart out.
Nice chat.
All right, thank you, chat. Oh, that was awesome. That was awesome. All right, cool. So Bob's gone off to do some maintenance on another elevator.
Yep.
So we're just going to run through here. For those who were confused about the
Implications of Bob?
implication of the fridge joke earlier, this dude here is staring at this fridge, and if he looks away, he gets eaten.
Yep.
Philip, that's his name. We were trying to remember his name in practice.
He's dead anyway.
He's on fridge duty right now, and look, it's probably good that we don't help him, because if we try to help him, as the side mission implies, it doesn't go well for Philip. So, but if we just leave him there, he's kind of becomes Schrodinger's Philip.
Yep. Oh, are we gonna get the cool thing?
Are we gonna get it? Are we gonna get it?
Please, rocket launcher.
Hello?
Aww.
No. Okay, that's fine. You can get hit by a rocket launcher there. In previous patches, it could actually kill you. Nowadays, thankfully, it doesn't kill you, but it's still funny to just be standing there watching TV and just get pummeled in the back by a rocket launcher.
We got it.
Oh, what the?
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, Zeta, please, while I'm doing this next section, getting up to this next boss, please hit us with a donation.
Yeah, so we have a donation here with a message with just a smiley face from a donor Unlocked with an amount of $250.
Holy moly.
Which, as the name suggests, means that we did meet the crazy Dr. Darling
amazing.
incentive.
Amazing.
So really nice job on that one. There was also some of that going to some Trackmania United Forever bonus tracks. So
Amazing.
thank you very much for that.
And if you all have
donation.
never seen a Trackmania run, that is insane. So please, that's actually crazy, as opposed to Dr. Darling, who's quite sane.
True. Speaking of crazy,
Speaking
Salvador.
of crazy, Salvador.
Yeah.
All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to stand here and we're going to try and launch at all of these enemies before they
Nice.
drop. I only just learned that you could do that. So thanks for that, Nico.
I got you.
Basically, these mobs can cause quite a bit of problems. Salvador himself is enough of a problem to deal with without having to deal with mobs as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit Salvador twice with our launch to try and remove his shield, and then just unload into his head. And with a bit of luck, he's actually going to drop... I just remembered I've got headshot energy recovery,
Yeah, you're doing fine.
which does actually work through shields. Even if it doesn't
Beautiful.
do damage, it does restore my my energy. Bit of accuracy, that's not too bad.
That was actually perfect.
That was really, really good.
Like,
yeah.
Salvador didn't even throw anything at him once, and now we can levitate, by the way.
And now, yes, now we can levitate. That's also a thing that happens.
Yes.
So this game, if you haven't already figured out, this game is a really big. I was going to say a word I'm not allowed to say on stream just then. It plays with your mind a whole bunch. And it is... Got it. Nailed it. Perfect. Measured.
Yeah.
Measured.
Yep.
It messes with your mind a whole bunch, and I think that's one of the best things about it. There is actually a whole YouTube series by the YouTube channel Gaming University that explains the lore and the symbolism in the game really, really well. It can be quite daunting, as the very first video opens up with the phrase, to first understand the story of Control, you must understand the third law of thermodynamics. And it got to that point where I switched it off and never watched it ever again. But it's an incredible video. If you want something that's a little less intelligence requiring, I do have a 22-part lore playthrough where I uncover every single secret and explain everything in depth. Here we've got another little skip though. So as you just saw, we've got the ability to levitate now. So levitate, you can hover up once, and then you can't levitate again until you touch the ground. However, the ground can sometimes just be a small piece of
Hitbox.
yeah, a small girder that sticks out from a wall that if you fall onto and then immediately levitate again, you get a second levitate, which allows us to skip running up a whole bunch of stairs and elevators and stuff like that. So that's a really, really neat little skip that we're going to use again in a little bit later.
Yeah. So we haven't touched on the story that much. I know we don't want to spoil too much, but maybe the bald-headed guy should have a name. His name is Dylan.
Correct, Bob.
Oh, this guy is also.
No, not Zeta.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, so we are. The whole point of us being here is that we are looking for our brother, Dylan, who was stripped away from us at a very young age after a very traumatic experience involving an extra-dimensional entity. And I saw someone earlier talking about this spiral, reminding them of Stargate or Star Trek or Battlestar Galactica or one of the stars. So the circles are actually known as Polaris. Polaris is an entity that exists in our head, and through the physics of sound, actually protects us from the hiss, which is why... which is why we don't have to wear the silly little vest that everybody else is wearing. But here's Dylan. We found him. You didn't even know we were looking for him until 30 seconds ago, but guess what? We found him. And this is the really long cutscene that takes 2.5 minutes that we're very, very grateful to be able to skip. I just did a quit out again. That's just muscle memory.
I got you.
Thank you. Hey, look at that. Co-op run now.
Oh, yeah, true.
Co-op run. We're doing great. I just punched the mic. I'm so sorry, Zeta. I'm so sorry, headphones users.
Woo!
Again, it's 20 to 4 a.m.
Okay. We can pay him back by letting him do it.
Yeah, done. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can. We'll make it up to you by letting you read some donations, Zeta, while we fly back to logistics.
Sounds like a fair trade. I'm fully awake now. We have $20 from Lemura with a message. It's awesome seeing how much the run has evolved since I ran the game a few years ago. Also, beat you to the race, Cass. Haha.
That's not fair.
And we also have $5 from Tempest Mask 1000.
Oh.
Hi again. I had to donate during Cass's run since we should see if we can't complete this incentive before the run ends. On top of that, I had the pleasure of meeting him during ESA Winter. And while I wish I could have caught up with you, I'm happy to see you running probably one of the most intensive PC games out there. Seriously though, if anyone wants to play Control casually, there's no shame in doing it on a console. But even then, this game rocks. Cass, best of luck, my friend. Show those supernatural fiends what for.
Panic! Panic! Okay, we're good.
Get some HP. Get some HP. Okay, something we haven't touched on is these little blue orbs on the ground that the enemies drop are actually HP. So the HP is in the bottom left corner. When the screen goes red, it's very, very, very bad.
I'm not gonna fight him yet. Yeah, when the screen goes red, it means I'm one hit from dead. And we don't want that to happen. I mean, we haven't had to talk about me picking up HP because I've just been
so good.
I've just been such high HP the whole time.
I know.
All right, there we go. We get rid of that thing, and I'm just going to kill the ones that are up here before I go back downstairs, which is very inefficient, but
it's all good.
got Salvador, Little Salvador, or Little Salvo as I like to call him.
Aww. No resources?
There we go. There we go. So that's what bad resource management looked like. I just thought I'd show you guys, since you've only seen good resource management the entire run so far.
Are we getting the thingy?
We are going to get the lore, yes. So, right here. Nope.
Oh, left, right. Isn't
Right?
Isn't it the?
Oh wait, or is it the wrong? Am I at the wrong?
Are you looking at the wrong one? No. What's that one?
Where is it?
It's the cafe one.
Oh, there it is.
Right
There she is. Okay, so right there, we have the link. That is Jesse Faden, who is our character, Courtney Hope's character, chatting with Courtney Hope's character from Quantum Break in a diner somewhere. So we do know that they do take place in the same world, as does Alan Wake, which we're hoping to hear a lot more about the Remedy-verse, as it has come to be known, in Alan Wake 2. As we do also know from the Alan Wake 2 trailer that the Ocean View Motel and Casino does exist in Alan Wake 2 as well.
I love that strat so much.
That's another little strat. We haven't even touched on iframes.
I know.
Oh my goodness, there's so much to talk about in this run. The dash has iframes.
Yep.
So what we do there is we melee the boomer, which kills him, and then we dash at the right time so that his explosion doesn't hurt us.
Yeah. And then simultaneously we get into the elevator. Because it's supposed to be like a scary, oh my god, boomer in the elevator.
Shit out of you.
Oh yeah. Like first time that happens to you, you are screaming.
It's like that one treasure box that's in that room that's just like got 3 of the boomers in it. That, like as soon as you pop it, they just come out, and it's like.
One guy over there. Yeah. There you go.
This is the other one where you sometimes get killed during a cutscene, so I just like to check before I enter the cutscene.
That's actually because one of the guys can come from upstairs. You know the elevator you take down? One of them can just magically like be on top of the elevator, and then he clips through it. And that's why he comes so much later than everyone else. He just comes out, hey, what's up?
I just see someone in chat say the Ocean View was in the first Alan Wake as well. I didn't actually know that. That's awesome.
Nice.
I'm about to do a replay of the first Alan Wake for the first time in like 10 years. Shameless plug for my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/KassXCII.
Oh, that was close. Oh,
Oh my
you
goodness.
missed one of them, did you?
The explosion will kill it.
Nice.
Probably.
Hopefully.
We're about to find out the hard way, aren't we? All right, so what we're going to do here is this is a bit of an auto-scroller, so I'm going to give you a second to do a donation, Zeta. We're just going to check this box down here to see if it's got anything good in it.
It's
Shatter
so bad.
recoil efficiency, the best quality of one of the worst mods.
Yep.
And here we've got something very, very important. Ah.
Dragon.
Ah. Hey. Mug flip. Zeta, go for it.
Yes. So, first off, I just wanted to draw attention to the fact that we just passed $25,000 raised for
Oh
our
my goodness! Yo, that's awesome!
That's amazing. And part of that came from this $10 donation from Ela. Enemies are red, Polaris is blue. Hands up in the audience if you're also confused.
Does that also go for the runner?
Yeah, totally.
Oh no. Oh, there you go.
It's fine.
Or fine. It's fine. Are you not gonna take the control point here? On the next part?
What do you reckon, crowd? Do I take the save point, or do I just wing it? I can't hear.
I heard someone say wing it.
Okay, wing it. We're winging it.
Yeah, okay. Good luck. At least you didn't die here during.
At least I didn't die here. That is correct. And if we
Definitely
do die,
died.
oh no, I did die here.
Yeah, you did.
Right. If we do die, that's just more time for donations.
True.
So it's all right.
Yeah.
I was actually going to say at the start of the run too that every time I die, I'm donating $10. And if I go
It's just
deathless,
not been relevant.
if I go deathless, I'll donate $50. So, which is actually less likely.
So
than,
die 4 times.
Got him.
So dying 4 times is optimal.
Dying 4 times is optimal. Yes. Well, no, going deathless. Have I died?
No.
No. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So I've still got the 50 on the line.
Yeah.
All right. So we're just not going to do it. We're not going to do it.
Okay, so this control point, skipping it is extremely, extremely scary because this upcoming fight can be very, very terrifying. We're going to get introduced to a new enemy which has a grenade launcher, and that sounds just about as fun as you can, as you imagine. He's going to keep shooting these things at us, and he's incredibly tanky as well, so we don't really want to pay any attention to him in the beginning. We want to take care of all these mobs around him instead. So you see, every time there's something flying towards us like that, that is the grenade launcher being used against us. So we want to stay up in the air as much as possible and just hover around because obviously the grenade launcher can't explode mid-air. It needs to like land and time down a little bit and then it's going to explode. But yeah, the scary part is if we ever get hit by anything else, we fall down, the grenade launcher is going to explode, we're going to die. Not fun.
He can also melee us if I get too close, but
he just made it look so
Easy,
easy. It's not over though.
It's not over. The hardest fight is still to come.
Yeah, because the next part here is the dumpster fight, which is just as terrifying. There's just tougher enemies in it. There's one of those shaman balls in there as well. I should not have said that. Anyways, the red orbs. There we go. That thing. Yep, nice. He gets rid of that first thing because he doesn't want the health boost to regen constantly, and then he wants to get rid of the boomers. If he can, he's standing up here so the boomers can't get close to him and explode. Maybe one of them did? Oh, that sounded really scary. Yeah.
Hey, that did sound really close, didn't it?
It sounded like he was right on top of you. But you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. All right. Everything is good. Everything is fine. Yes, beautiful. He's making sure to look around to make sure there's no other enemies. I think there's one downstairs, boomer somewhere. Yeah, there he is. He was just chilling down there. And more boomers spawn, more Tomasis spawn. This is not the actual Tomasi. This is like just a fake copy. But we want to make him dodge just like we did with the other guy before we want to throw something at him. I don't know how, but you still were able to actually hit him, even though he didn't dodge. That was really, really, really good. And then a little bit more boomers. And then we got one Tomasi left. It's going to spawn here in a second. Excuse the hiss sound, but that is because it's just closer to the door. He's going to spawn super late right there. Dead. Beautiful. Give him a clap for that one. That's actually so much harder than it looks.
So that split on my stream is called Probably Dies Here. Because, surprise, surprise, I'm probably going to die there, but I didn't, so that's awesome. And we did just get a really good mod there that will couple with a couple of the other mods that I've picked up that's really, really good. I actually see so many names in chat from my community. And guys, thank you so much for showing up, because so many of you are European. And it is so cool to me that you all stayed up till 4 a.m. to watch this. What am I doing? I'm pressing this. I'm going to here. I'm going to here. I'm going to here. I'm going to here. We're good. Let's do it. And then we're going to fast travel to Central Research.
Funny thing about this run is, I'm pretty sure if Cass was doing all the IGT strats with the quit outs and stuff like that every time, I'm pretty sure he would be on PB pace right now.
Yeah, I think so too. I think so.
It has been such a good run
Literally
so far.
The only thing that's gone wrong has been that battery puzzle.
Yeah, but that was like, what, 5 seconds maybe?
Yeah, if that. All right, so here we're going to go. Unfortunately, the fact that I've put an outfit on has meant that it is not leaderboard legal because of what I mentioned earlier about it affecting the RNG of the drops, which wasn't something we found out until. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Shh. Stop talking! Stop talking, Cass.
All right, this machine gun guy can be very, very scary. Again, the enemies, they can hit you. Well, so you see, like, headshot is a thing when you're shooting the enemies, but it's also a thing when they're shooting you. So if they headshot you like twice in a row, you're basically at 1 HP instantly. And it's just pure RNG how good they shoot. Cass said it earlier to me. He was like, either they're stormtroopers or they're snipers. There's no in between. Energy boost, not bad, not bad.
Double dark blue energy. Let's do it.
We like that. We like that. And it's tier 3 as well. That's really, really good.
Yep. We're doing pretty good on the mods here. We're doing pretty good on the mods. But yeah, so basically, yeah, they're either stormtroopers or they're Legolas.
Yep.
Either they'll never hit you or they'll never miss. And there is no difficulty adjustment. So there's no DA, there's no difficulty setting. The only thing it has is what they call accessibility options, which they're not really accessibility options.
It's
they
cheat engine.
Yeah, it's basically just a little cheat engine. Here we're going to go back and find Artie again. One of the voice lines there says if you need to get through, contact the janitor. This is where the openness of the map really kicks into place. We're supposed to go through all these different ways to get to particular areas, do a whole bunch of fights, and it's very unproductive to do so. So this has thankfully been routed in a way where we pretty much get to skip all of it. So Zeta, I'm going to pass across to you for some messages.
Absolutely. I do have another donation from Ray R2D3 donating $40 with a message, hitting 25K and hoping we can get that level up song.
I did promise it.
You did.
I feel like I've given you guys way too much of like an idea of what it is. It's literally just like level up, level up, level up, 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 level up, level up, level up, 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 level up, level up, level up, 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 level up after the point. So there you go.
Clap.
There you go. Clap for that. Clap for that. And you know what's even funnier? I still forget to level up half the time. And now we're going to go over to coolant pumps. So this is all going to look like an area. This is all going to be areas you've seen before, but we're revisiting them with a few more abilities, like the ability to levitate, which just makes traversing this area just that little bit easier. And normally, we're not supposed to get here anywhere as easily as we do.
There's supposed to be enemies and everything coming in here.
It is a very, very long way to get here.
Yeah.
And I was able to do it while keeping my dash, which is super cool. And in this is the last time we visit the Ocean View Motel. No, that is a lie. This is the second last time we visit the Ocean View Motel and Casino. And this one is basically Artie, who is the janitor. This is his Ocean View Motel and Casino. So the first room is blocked by the nipple clog that we saw earlier. The nipple clog hates Artie's music, so we basically tune all the radios to Artie's favorite song, which is called the Hero's Tango, which is a Finnish song.
Folk song.
Finnish folk song, thank you. The clog then retracts, and we're able to get the key. And then just to subvert your expectations, we go through the janitor's closet as opposed to back into the oldest house.
So
You know what?
fitting.
I'm not taking this control point either.
Oh my god.
'Cause I believe in myself.
I believe in you too, but
And this
I
is
believe in the control point more.
This is a message to all of you. Always skip control points. Believe in yourself.
Don't do it. Don't do it, chat.
5, 6. Watch me get hit by this guy.
No, you're fine. You're fine. He never hits.
Are you kidding? He always hits. All right. I'm just going to wait for like 2 seconds before I keep going, because then I'm going to have the energy here. This is another leap of faith.
Yeah.
And here I've actually got a stopwatch open next to me because 1 minute and 30 seconds after I hit this button, I need to do another action. So we're going to grab this chair, we're going to hit this guy with it, we're going to hit this button, and I'm going to start this timer. So what this does is this summons a gondola from the other side of the map here, and normally we're supposed to wait and fight a whole bunch of enemies on this side. It's just wave after wave of enemy until the gondola finally arrives on our side. But that's slow, and we're at a speedrun marathon, and we're already not overestimate, but we're already behind on the schedule, so we're going to try and save some of that. I'm going to jump up here, and at the 30-second mark, I'm going to start dashing across the Chasm of Doom.
Should be fine with the
Like
energy
now.
you have right now.
Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to wait for it to recharge. And you remember earlier I said that you cannot jump while you're on an elevator. Gondolas count as elevators. So what I'm going to have to do, so what I'm going to have to do instead, I'm not going on top.
Oh.
I'm going inside. So what I'm going to have to do instead is wait. We're going to have to dash, hold jump to levitate. So we have to dash off the elevator before we're able to jump. So in a very, very short window, I've got to dash, jump, and hold jump to levitate so that I can clear this entire gap. Here we go. And then at the 1 minute and 30-second mark, we're going to hit this button for no reason. Hello. We're going to Keegan Murray this onto the gondola here. Oh no,
It's good.
that was a Shaquille O'Neal instead.
Hey, okay.
And we're going to go right now. So we see those lights come on. What that means is there is a trigger on the other, like in the middle of this chasm that I can now hit. The textures change. They change again. And if I've done this correctly, then we should see Heroes Tango appear in the bottom right
Beautiful.
corner, which means that we were able to skip the gondola ride, activate the trigger early, and now we can go visit Artie at his little lakeside cabin. For those of you asking, Keegan Murray, yeah, there we go, light the beam. Light the beam, light the beam, bro.
Oh, God.
This is our year.
Surely. But yeah, we're basically looking for Adi because we were at something called the Ashtray Maze and we couldn't really figure out how to get through the Ashtray Maze. And Adi has the key, quote unquote.
Key.
We'll call it a key.
But this is the one point where we're not one of the points.
You can get HP if you want, or energy.
Yeah, I just skipped energy. Wow, okay.
Is that good?
This is where we're not going to talk. If you are on speakers, crank the volume. This is the best part of the entirety. This is the best part of one of the best games. So just crank it, enjoy it, and I'm not going to die here so that you get it in one fell swoop. Whew. There we are. I made that one grenade launcher guy take a little bit longer. So that you guys got to experience the song for a bit more.
That's actually something we didn't touch on. Something that can happen in this game is something called false grabs, which is where you're trying to pull an object, but the object will either be behind something else. So when you're like throwing it, it will just get stuck on like a wall or whatever, and you can't really see what's going on because Jessie can't look behind her when she's trying to do it. It will feel incredibly frustrating when you're doing it because you have no idea what's going on. But honestly, that was a really, really good Astra Miss.
I was all right with it. I was.
Also, this skip is so funny.
Projector took us where we met you.
There we go. There we go. All right, see if I can.
There you go.
Hey, we got it.
Nice.
But there's just
Oh, so this is a new piece of tech that I learned literally, what, 2 hours ago while we were practicing this?
We can call it tech.
Tech. It's a new spot to use existing tech that I learned about 2 hours ago.
Don't mess up the puzzle.
I would never.
Nice.
So by doing a quit out here, we actually... this is a control point that I sometimes skip if I'm feeling especially spicy, because this next spot is so... How would you describe Polaris?
Notoriously awful.
It is very RNG, and it takes place right at the end of the run.
Yeah.
So you could be on the best pace in the world, and if you've still got Polaris to do, it is... No run is safe.
Nope.
No run is safe until it is past this point of the run. So I'll let you describe what's going on, Nico, while I focus.
Sure thing. So Polaris is here in the middle. As you can see, the giant ball. There are these siphons that are controlling it or holding it down. Basically, we need to cleanse all of them. There are 3 downstairs and there are 3 upstairs. The 3 downstairs are by far the scariest ones, and then the 4th one that we need to do, which is the first one upstairs. The 3 downstairs are scary because if you get hit at any point when you're cleansing these downstairs, Jessie will stop her animation and she will stop the cleansing. You have to do it all over again. But the scary part is if you get stopped once, the likelihood of you being able to cleanse afterwards, it's so small. But Cass is using the ground slam to try to get closer to these things, and he does get it here, and he should be fine on HP as well. Yeah, he does get hit, but all the guys die now downstairs, so he's fine. The 4th one here can also be kind of terrifying. Cass is going to try to YOLO it here, actually, and just not even pay attention to any of the mobs that are spawning. This can kind of backfire depending on where people are, and yeah, it does here, unfortunately. He did get a checkpoint here, though, for the 4th one, so it's not as bad as it could have been. But yeah, basically there's nothing he can do about that. He tried to go as fast as possible, and the enemies just said no.
That was, I could have done a safety strat there, but look,
I think you got hit by 2 things at the same time anyway, so there was nothing you could have done.
You get dropped to 1 HP, and then you just die again anyway. So,
Yep.
But that's all right. We did get a checkpoint after the 3rd siphon, as Nico said. So it is going to mean that I have to do the next part in a little bit of a different way, as the enemies are going to spawn way earlier.
Yeah.
But that shouldn't be too much of a problem as long as I can just take out that guy.
Yeah, basically the most problematic people down here are the rocket launcher guys and the Tomasi guys that are going to throw stuff at you. Depending on where they spawn, they can hit you. So this guy spawned on his right side, so he's going to hit him immediately. The siphon isn't going to take that for him. So now Cass is in kind of a heap of trouble if he can't get some HP and get into safe position again. And as you can see, this his cluster over here, which is the one that's like regenerating the HPs of the enemies, is a giant pain. And everything is so tanky that it's incredibly difficult to even kill anything. And yeah, this is why Polaris is P Omega Lolaris for the most part.
And yes, Thingfish, Alan Wake is fantastic. Quantum Break is fantastic. Max Payne is fantastic.
Max Payne is so good.
All of Remedy's games are fantastic. And we have so many more of them coming out over the next 5 years as well.
Oh, thank God.
So it's... Thank you, Lucy. I see you in chat.
Let's give him some hype for this last part, huh? You got this, buddy. Once again, it's going to take a little bit slower this time. See if we can try to get in a position where the enemies are not going to hit him. Maybe take out a few of them. We can't even kill all of them, because if you kill all of them, a new wave will actually spawn, so that's not even the best thing to do. You need to leave at least a couple of them left, and this time it's looking pretty good.
Better.
The left guy didn't hit him. Again, didn't hit him. He should be fine here. Nice. That's the 4th siphon done.
Jesse, please. This is a family-friendly marathon.
The other siphons are a lot easier to deal with because they have strategies that just work out a lot better. This sniper up here is the only one we really have to take care of, and then anyone who has line of sight on us when we get onto the Siphon's platform up here in a second. Oh, that was a very close rocket coming your way.
Calculated.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So yeah, you can see no one has line of sight on him, so he can't get hit now, which is very, very nice. And then the last one is free,
It's
quote
free.
unquote.
It's free. It's
Yeah.
free until it's not.
I've definitely not died there, ever.
Oh, never.
On
Not
PvP
once.
pace. No, absolutely not. So you want to get over here with the ground slam, and then you want to hope that this guy on the right side isn't doing like a very, very fast charge attack on you. But usually they're pretty slow because they already shield the enemies. That was
That
insanely
was
close.
so close.
Oh, my
Oh,
lord.
boy.
That was so, so, so close.
But they didn't despawn.
Oh, they
Oh, there
did.
we go.
Don't worry,
there
don't
we
worry.
go.
You're
Now
fine,
we're
you're
good.
fine.
Now we're good.
And then we're reaching Polaris, and
And time.
let's go.
So yeah, that was Control. A brilliant game by Remedy. I honestly could not advise more that you go and play it. Frederick Langston, played by the character.
Leave.
Something's gone wrong here.
Leave your insides by the door. Narrative lead. Interesting.
Baby, yeah. What is going on? Tech? Have we got Tech on standby by any chance?
Something is wrong. What is it even saying?
I can't tell. How do you say insane? The hole in your room is a hole in you. No, I don't know. I've never seen this before. This is
Special.
Yeah. Have we got? Yeah. No, this isn't you guys doing this. No.
Huh.
Oh. Oh boy. Okay, we might have.
I've only like seen this once before, and it like crashed the computer afterwards.
Oh no. Have we got backup? Zeta, do you know if we've got backup PCs for? No, no. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Hang on. What's this?
It's
All right.
it's mundane time.
Oh, okay. Yep. So now apparently we're office jobs again.
Yep.
Psych. This is a bit. If you couldn't tell by the fact that I was putting on a.
Zeta didn't know.
I didn't tell Zeta. Yeah. I told Tech. That was.
We
that
told
was
the
all, yeah.
important people.
We told the important people. Yeah. So now we're just cleaning up coffee mugs because no one in the Federal Bureau of Control can clean up after themselves.
Yep.
Which is, like I get it. This is what my room looks like after I do a stream, because I just can't drink from the same mug ever because, gross. So we're just going to clean up all these coffee mugs. Then we're going to do a little bit of mail delivery. Basically, there are 3 parts that you can do this. You can either, you can deliver mail, you can pick up coffee mugs, or you can photocopy paper.
Photocopy.
So fun fact, you don't actually have to do all 3 tasks.
Nope.
You only have to do 2, and you can do the same task twice.
Yep.
So you do the same task twice. The picking up coffee cups, if done perfectly, is about 3 seconds faster.
Yep.
Then you deliver the mail, and then it loops. This time, though, you only have to do 1 of the tasks. So we are just going to pick up more coffee cups. Again, you can't just hold the E. You have to actually just press it each individual time.
It has a really, really nice
there's
rhythm
Dylan.
to it once
It
you
does
actually
have
get into it.
A very satisfying rhythm to it. And then we grab the mail again.
This guy's just always in the
This
way.
guy's just hanging. Yeah, you got to stand a little bit far back
Yeah.
and look at the mail so that you can sort of just oh, that was too far back. So you can just sort of jump around him. What are we getting? Stretching, hovering, or standing?
Hovering.
Hovering?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going with hovering.
All right, we did get hovering in practice.
Yeah, we did.
So I think we're going to get stretching this time.
That means chat has.
That means chat gets standing. Yeah, done. All right, so deliver.
Remember to jump.
Deliver.
Ah, you didn't get
No,
it.
it's all right. I did also picked up the.
Yeah. It's
We got hovering. Nice.
easy.
Nice. So that NPC there randomly generates. It's one of 4 possible NPCs, and they're doing one of 3 possible actions: standing, hovering, or stretching. My community has named every single one of them. I can never remember the names. I just Jeremiah.
Hovering Herman.
Hovering Herman. Oh goodness. Okay. And now I don't even have to ask about the incentive cutoff because we've hit it,
Yeah.
which is super exciting. So I hope you are all ready for. When I say the
Something.
game makes no sense, the next cutscene you're about to watch has actual lore implications to the game. So I hope you all enjoy it thoroughly. Again, crank the volume
This is what doing
and just
when I'm
enjoy.
You gotta.
I got too excited. I got too excited.
You gotta do the
man.
puzzle, buddy.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Hotel is a place of
There we go. Oh, the slow-mo.
There's slow-mo.
Clap.
Clap Dr. Darling for that. And I see someone in chat saying this is a lot less fun when I don't know who Dr. Darling is. It makes no more sense when you know who Dr. Darling is. I promise
It
you.
only makes it worse when you know who he is.
Yeah. All right, and now we have gone into the location in the oldest house where the slide projector is. So the slide projector is an incredibly powerful object of power that actually, long story short, creates doorways to other dimensions. And what those other dimensions contain is not always very nice.
Remember your dash here, maybe?
Yes, no, we good. Don't worry.
All right.
Cool. All right. That one.
You want to explain it?
No, you please, so I can count.
Fair enough. So what is going on here is there are these islands that are spawning from the ground up. What Cass is going to try to do is do something called island skip. Island skip is incredibly precise. It is Cass getting onto this ledge here, and then he's going to levitate up and do dashes in a very, very specific order in a very specific amount of time. So he's going to line up here with the middle part of the map, as you can tell. And he's going to do 2 dashes in the beginning, and then he's going to almost fully deplete afterwards. Maybe should be fine. And then if he does it correctly here, right from here, the island should be spawning soon. Here we go. And then he should be able to skip all the other islands except the very, very last one, and he did. Beautiful.
Whew. The hardest part of that was getting up onto that platform.
Yeah.
So, and now we have the last of the stingrays,
Oh,
which, as you know, as an Australian, is one of the most hated animals that we have.
Understandable. But yeah, something that we didn't touch on is actually the board of directors power you up here. So you are a lot more powerful than you've been the entire run. It's like the kind of final coup de grace of the game. Oh, it's getting dangerous, but the enemies are also powered up, which is why you get powered up. So everything does a lot of damage, you do a lot of damage. It's just fire versus fire
Did I
from the get-go.
No, I didn't, did I? It's still there.
I think it's still there, yeah.
Got him.
There you go. You actually staggered it out of its invisibility. Really, really, really good. But yeah, the island skipping saves so much time. Like, it's like minutes. If you have to do all the islands, it takes so much time. This is getting very, very terrifying because these guys are incredibly aggressive here, more than they usually are, I feel like. But Cass is pulling it off beautifully, and we see all the enemies that we faced the entirety of the run are kind of like coming back in circle. Like, you see the Tomasis, you see the Boomers, you see the grenade launcher guys. Everyone is coming to say bye to Jessie before she does the final part of the mission, but it's looking good so far. It's not looking too bad. Health is good. Boomers are acting
Yeah, just to
fine.
give you an idea, the highest level enemy we've seen before this was 6. They're all level 30 now, so...
Yeah. Luckily, you are also like level 30-ish because the board actually powers you up. Doesn't mean you don't take damage though, because remember, we leveled up, what's it called, health once the entire run. So we are like at 1-hit protection basically still. Go, very nice. Couple more enemies left.
Also, fun fact, this giant wall that you see behind the enemies I'm killing at the moment is put in because of speedrunners.
Yep.
But that being said,
Uh-oh.
Remedy are still one of the best companies when it comes to supporting their speedrunners. They did not fix skips and bugs and exploits that we used until we had a working down patcher. They literally waited for us to have a working down patcher before they fixed things. And that is just...
Last guy? Yeah, last
okay.
guy. There we go.
And that is just a level of support that I think all developers could learn from. So this is actual time coming up, which is very exciting. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to crash the game.
You're not going to do it?
No.
Aww.
There is a way to crash the game right at the end here, but I'm not going to do that to tech.
Yeah.
So we are going to finish it the normal way. So I am going to start my shout-outs, of course. I want to give, as always, a massive shout-out. Actual time.
Woo!
I want to give a massive shout out to the Control Discord and the whole Control community. You guys are, guys, girls, and non-binary pals are phenomenal. So supportive, so wonderful. There's never a question that is too dumb to ask, and trust me, I've asked some dumb ones. So huge shout out to them. I've got a little list. I've got a little list of people that I need to say thank you to. Obviously to ESA to hosting this incredible event and having me back. It is my favorite time of the year, and it's sad that next year I may not be able to return, but we'll have to see. But thank you to ESA. Of course, to all of you, it is like 4:30 in the morning right now, and
Absolutely
the fact that
nuts.
you're all here is fantastic. So thank you all so much. To Ollie for buying me my wonderful lab coat here, shout out, and for all the donations. To my wonderful partner Ella for always pushing me to submit to these things and be a little bit better. And most importantly, to this guy right here. So tiny little backstory. I'm not going to go too far into it, but a few years ago I was diagnosed with bipolar disorder. And it was a really, really, really rough time in my life. And my therapist decided that it'd be a good idea for me to find some things I could do when I was in the middle of a crisis that could really help me sort of bring me back to normality. And one of the things that I found was this guy's run of Control from ESA Winter a few years ago. It honestly kept me sane through so many awful nights.
You're gonna make me cry, dude.
And it was his tutorial that taught me how to run the game, and to have him here at the same event for the same category at the same game honestly means the absolute world to me. So thank you, my guy.
Thank you, dude.
It means
Thank
the
you for
world.
having me. Appreciate you.
Y'all, I have been Cass. This has been Control. You have been incredible. Enjoy the rest of the marathon. Mwah!
Thank you, Cass and Nico, for an amazing run. I'm just going to close it out here with a $5 donation from Zet. Not me. Biting the bullet and disturbing the very round number so no one is afraid to donate anymore. Cass, your run is very entertaining to watch. You're making me play the game casually. Yeah, and I'm also thinking about that I really need to pick this up. This looks so nice.
You don't have to wear this to play it. I promise you.
Awesome. Well, with that, we are going to go to a short intermission. Don't go anywhere. We have Kingdom Come Deliverance coming up soon. Ooh. So stay tuned.